Mario Party 9, more like Mario Party Bye. 9 is the game many people would cite as the beginning of the end for the Mario Party series. I'd argue it's 8, but that's a pretty fair opinion. I find 9 super interesting because of how much the board play ruins that game for so many people. It sucks so hard, it ruins what I think is one of the best batches of minigames in the whole series. There are two pillars to any Mario Party game: the foreplay and the fucking. Both need to be decent for everyone involved to have a good time, but the latter is way more important than the former. A game with bad boards and good minigames has a way better chance than a game with good boards and bad minigames. I don't think that once happened, though. And hoo boy, does Mario Party 9 do a very poor job in the former, leading to a very low rate of people actually having sex with it. Why did I write this analogy? So let's take a drive, look at these two pillars in Mario Party 9, and see how much the car...
Yeah! Yahoo!
The standard gameplay loop for Mario Party is how, like, 90% of board games work. Roll a dice, then you move, and then stuff happens depending on where you land. Every player does it. I don't need to explain how to play Mario Party. This works because the games have good economies, interesting items, fun board events, a healthy amount of RNG to spice things up, and a good amount of strategy. It's quite impressive how much the car ruins all of that. Before you blame minigames not happening every turn, they technically do. I played around and counted how many rotations there were and how many minigames were played. Despite minigames not happening at the end of every rotation, it was still 6 and 6. So yeah, you don't play a minigame at the end of every turn, but you still play roughly the same amount of minigames here as you would in a round of the old games. I'll try to run another test before I finish this video, so I'll put that here. Yeah, okay, shut up, Jerry. So yeah, I just finished the game Mario Party 9, and there was actually more mini-games than turns this time around. One thing that absolutely does ruin it are the mini-stars. They suck, and they're not fun to collect more of them than your friends. You know how the coin star is the easiest bonus star to track over around a Mario Party? Well, imagine if you're battling for the coin star the whole game. That's Mario Party 9. The key difference between the mini-stars and the coins is that there's only one purpose for the mini-stars, and that kind of ruins the currency. Winning the game, there's nothing else to do with them, and the game is just constantly handing you them. With coins, you have to balance buying items, buying stars, and the coin star. It's fun. I can get the star next turn if I buy an item, but I'm going to be a little short of the star, so I'm going to have to win the next minigame if I do that. Or I could just wait 2 turns. It adds an extra layer of strategy that the mini-stars don't offer because you just hoard them. In the couple games I played to prepare for this video, I found that all of them were blowouts. And I don't think it was because one person kept winning all of the minigames. It just felt like every single round I would play, 2 people were always losing mini-stars, and 2 people were always gaining mini-stars. Honestly, it's not even the biggest shame that you can't buy items with the mini-stars in this game, because they're all so boring. In other games, they can be a great way to swing the momentum of a match. Or in 5, 6, and 7, a fantastic way to add hazards to the board. The orb system slaps. Bring it back. Here in 9, they're all movement based. There could have been items like I mentioned earlier, where if you pass or land on the spot, you can gain or lose stuff. And because of how the game is designed, I don't think there's a middle ground between breaking the game and having no impact. There's only one chance for someone to land on the item because it's just a linear path, so it has to be impactful. Make it too impactful, and it can just completely ruin someone's game. Make it not impactful enough, and there's no point to get those items over dice blocks. The shitty thing about all of the movement items is that they're just so basic. Like a slower die to roll exactly what you want, 3 that limits the numbers that you can roll, and 1 that just increases your max roll from 6 to 10. The funny thing about that one is that it's the only way to increase your roll beyond 6, but you're still more likely to roll 1 through 6 than you are a 7 to 10. It should have just been a 7 to 10 dice block. Moving on. The strategy in Mario Party 9 isn't centered around setting yourself up for success and protecting yourself from attacks. You know, like how you design a good board game. Here, you either A, roll to land on a good space or pass through mini-stars, or B, roll to put someone else in a bad position. So you use the boring items to increase your chances of landing on like a good space. But you're only landing on that good space because the person who went before you failed to land on it. Out of those two, the most common situation you'll find yourself in is B. But I guess you're also trying to avoid the bad spaces that are ahead of you too. There's no point of planning ahead in this game because everyone moves the same piece. I'm baffled they thought this was good enough to be more than a side mode. Even then, I would say there aren't enough junctions throughout the maps to have people constantly screwing themselves over. You kind of just have to deal with the roll you get, and it doesn't even feel rewarding to screw them over. Minigames and spaces negate the smaller losses so easily. The bigger ones would feel bad, but they're kind of just like a whatever because you didn't put yourself in that situation. The people rolling before you put yourself in this situation. Landing on a red space and losing 3 coins feels way worse than driving by the thing that makes you lose 10 mini-stars. Because coins have higher impact than mini-stars. And it's crazy saying that when the person with the most mini-stars wins. The only impact you can have on a round outside of minigames is fucking RNG. Should I go down the good path or the bad path? Should I put the next player in front of the bad stars or the good stars? Such an engaging and complex choice. It reminds me of the end of Life is Strange. But that's why the games have board events, to mix stuff up, which are all dice-based and movement-based. But you can choose the order people go, which takes real skill when it's all RNG based. This game just has no stakes because of all of the RNG. Oh no, we fell! Maybe like 3 people are going to lose 4 mini-stars, depending on rolls. And we're only here because bad dice rolls. Why did I have to like video games? Could have just been a normal person and got into reading. It's just not fun trying to set someone else to lose low impact currency. Mario Party 9, more so than any other game in the series, just isn't fun on the boards. Excluding 10, we don't talk about Mario Party 10 in this household. Oh man, I got a low roll, and now I can't reach the good mini-stars? I guess I'll go down the bad path and be ever so slightly upset I rolled a 3 instead of a 4. Damn. Tell me when it's my turn, okay?
What's up, you beautiful bastard?
The biggest board events are with the boss battle minigames. There's supposed to be this big midpoint and explosive finale to a match. You know what type of minigames I think don't work that well in Mario Party games? Co-opetition. You're all fighting the same thing, but you're trying to do it like more. 2v2 and 1v3 minigames work because they create a temporary uneasy alliance. You're fighting so you get the 10 coins and the other team doesn't, which, depending on board placement and everyone's totals, it could hurt you more. These minigames, A, they feel like they take way too long. B, they reward everyone for playing and even give a boost to the player who got the last hit for no reason. And C, they give the captain extra mini-stars. Who's the captain? It's the person who rolled up to the boss. So they give extra mini-stars off of RNG. Literally none of this works. The items suck, the strategy sucks, the board events suck, the boards themselves suck. It's just not fun. In the rounds I played for this video, I found there was just no urgencies, no stakes in a game. It's filled with a lot of, whatever. Then it ends. Here's the crazy thing though. I don't hate Mario Party 9. Why don't I hate this game when the foreplay sucks? And not in the good way. I think this is one of the best batches of minigames in the whole series, and it sucks that the board play is so bad because nobody talks about them. To prove that, I went through every minigame in 9 and tallied each one I liked. Out of the 83 minigames, I liked 43 of them, which sounds low, When you put it in a percentage, that only comes out to, so let me just grab my laptop here, 51. I did the same thing for all of the mainline games, except 10. 9 was ranked 3rd in both total number of minigames I liked and the percentage of minigames that I liked. 9 was tied with 5 in percentage though. You know what? That percentage would be a lot higher if it wasn't for the boss battles. But that's kind of moving the goalposts because I counted the extra minigames for all of the games. If 7 has to deal with mic minigames, 9 has to deal with boss battles. On top of that, Super's numbers might be a little skewed because I don't remember all of those minigames just by looking at a screenshot like I can with 1 through 8 because I'm not a complete loser. And 9 was the only one I replayed for this video. If you're curious and want to discredit my opinion about Mario Party, I'll put my rankings on screen now. To my left, I'll put it ranked by total number of minigames I liked, and to the right, I'll put it ranked by percentage. Weirdly enough, it's like pretty close to how I would rank the games in the series. Back to 9's minigames. From the first time I played this game, I've always believed that it had a really strong minigame list. My biggest problem with the minigames here is that too many of them can end in ties, and they all seem built around having a 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place. Even then, a lot of the minigames in this series can have rankings like that. And people like bumper balls, so I guess no one cares if a minigame ends in a tie. If Mario Party 9 wasn't built like Mario Party 9, you can very easily change the minigames so they don't end in a ranking system or in so many ties. But man, I love this minigame list. There's a good chunk of them that require quickly reacting to things, some interesting puzzles, and some fun action games. The RNG minigames have some nice framing around them, which is the only way to actually have them feel different. When I was playing the boards, I was bored out of my mind. When I was just playing the minigames, I was having a blast. Except for the boss battles. Fuck those. The Bowser Jr. ones I found to be like 50-50, but they didn't fall into the same pitfalls as the boss battles. For the Bowser Jr. minigames, you have to bring in another player, and if you win, you guys get 10 mini-stars. And losing will cost you 10 mini-stars. Can you even lose the boss battles? There's only one way to find out. I don't even know what else to say about the minigames from Mario Party 9. Go play them, they're really fucking good. Hey, that's why extra modes exist. It's truly crazy how much the car ruins Mario Party 9. Yeah, no minigames at the end of every turn rotation kinda sucks. But that's not the problem. And it really doesn't help that 2 of the minigames you're playing every single game are going to be boss battles. All of the board play is so horribly designed that no one wants to play the minigames by themselves. I'd rather play the extra minigame modes in Mario Party 9 than I would play around a Mario Party 8. 8 has one good board, okay minigames, and its vibes are just weird. After talking about Mario Party 9 for so much, it makes me want to do a video ranking the whole series. Let me know if that's something you guys would be down for. Do you agree? Think I'm an idiot? Comment down below. Dislike the video if you can't find Luigi on this box art, and subscribe for more bad content. Follow me on other platforms if you want. Take care, guys.